willing to sign a waiver, I think I may be able to help you.